All right, this week we're going to talk about online advertising because you see it everywhere. It's jammed into. If you read an article in the news or wherever, there's ads posted in it. Those are more like traditional advertising, as far as I can tell. But if you're on your Facebook, Instagram, whatever, there's ads in there. There's ads, and some of them are called sponsored, and some of them are direct ads. But let's talk about that. Hang on. Okay. So what I want you to do for the first part of the week is do some research, of course, and see what's out there. And I have a couple of blogs for you to read. They've been updated for 2024. So talks about Facebook's algorithms, and then this one is Instagram feed algorithms. So they're pretty interesting and pretty relevant to what we're doing in class. And I also want you to read chapter 15 and 18 in likable social media. So by Thursday or Friday, because today is Tuesday, what I want you to do um, is write a blog. And these are the things I want you to discuss. And I want your opinion of things. So I want you to look for examples of advertising or sponsored posts on Facebook, Instagram, or other social media that you use. And what draws your attention? What is their call to action? Do they use imagery? Is it effective? Are they using video? Is that effective? Which ads are annoying? And if you click on their link, what did they go to? So be careful when you click on something because sometimes it goes into some places where they collect all your information and sell it to people. So other times are just, small businesses trying to sell something to you. And you can usually, the sponsored posts usually say sponsored right there on the top, and it's very obvious. And sometimes you can't tell exactly what it is they're advertising. Some things just have little video that goes on and on and on. You're like they're trying to share some information with you, but they don't ever get to that point. You got to click on it and see about buying something. And it's like, okay, just tell me you're trying to sell me something. That's the kind that I find annoying. But so, and then of course, talk about the impact of traditional advertising or compare it. So stuff that I know y'all don't read newspapers anymore, but there, if you read the news articles, there are ads in it, and sometimes they have the same ad in there 5 times in a row. Overall, giant newspapers that you used to buy at the grocery store or get delivered in your front yard, they have all kinds of advertising in it. In fact, um, you get little tiny newspaper thingies that are mostly ads with a little bit of this and that posted in there. And it's just a way, look, it's usually local small companies are trying to connect with you. If you look at magazines, again, there's online magazines which you can read, but you can, let's say, if you're going to on a flight, and you don't want to, or you can't watch your phone or read your phone or whatever, maybe you're gonna buy a magazine and check it out. Or when you're driving around, I remember when I was a kid, we always loved to look at billboards. And when I was real little, we do that game where you play ICNA, and down there, which just helps you learn to read. But billboards are still effective because they'll advertise things like uh, this restaurant is coming up, and that's something that we always liked looking at too. Is, oh, look, there's one funny ad. Oh, I think it's on that um, highway that comes on the east side of California, and they'll have things like the next something something, whatever it is, restaurant is 120 miles away, and you're like, whoa, that's a long way. But stuff is pretty spaced out in there. And then if you listen to radio or TV or whatever, they have online ads and they're trying to sell you something too. So I want you to talk about that as well. Um, what seems most effective to you? And then some online advertising seems more similar to traditional advertising. Like I said, if you're reading a news article or something, and they'll have, generally the people, the news will just sign up, or people who have blogs and stuff, and they'll sign up to a thing, the ad advertising, and they don't always get to choose what ads are in there content, which is too bad because sometimes it'd be nice if I'm reading an article on how to fix something. I'd love to see an ad for saws or hammers or something like that that's relevant, but it's just something that gets posted in there. And again, sometimes they have them over and over again. You're like, well, I didn't like it the first time and I like it even less now, but that's my bad attitude. Anyway, so those tend to not be dialed into individual consumers' taste, which is really too bad because I think it would help them be more effective. And then where do you see this? Then some ads become so dialed in, you're like pretty creepy, like for things you've researched in the past, maybe less now, but I think it still happens. And especially it's weird when you're looking for something for somebody else and then all those posts come up too, and you're like, well, that ain't something I was going to buy. I was just helping somebody else. So does that feel intrusive to you or is it helpful? Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's like, why are you sending me this? Anyway, this is a big post about what you think. Let me know what you think about advertising.